Shalom Aleichem to everyone. Good night of Shabbos. Shlach Lecha Anoshim, the idea of Shlichus, going on a mission for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for God Almighty, as well as going on a Shlichus for the Rebbe. It's pretty much a week before the Rebbe's Heilige Yortzeit, the Yom HaYistalkus, Gimmel Tammuz. We know and we believe that Mashiach is imminent. And we know and we believe that Mashiach is a chakak loy b'chol yom sheyavoi, not only to wait and sit back on your loins, but to anticipate and to do things for his arrival. So the fact is that there's plenty of time for Mashiach to come before Gimmel Tammuz. Nevertheless, the smart thing and the tighter thing to do is to prepare ourselves. To prepare ourselves for the Yom HaGodel VaKadosh, the great and awesome holy day of Gimmel Tammuz, when the neshama of our Rebbe, the Nasi Hadoir of Klal Yisrael, whether one knows it, doesn't know it, likes it, doesn't like it, that's the facts. How can I say that's the facts? Because show me one other person that touched and touches so many Yidden, Lahavdil Goyim as well, but Yidden primarily, more than any other person in the last 1,000 years, maybe 2,000 years. Show me. On the contrary, point to someone who touched so many people and touches so many people. And I'm not talking about touching them in a way that has no permanence and has no value. It's an eternal type of an experience. Here is not the place to dialogue and debate about this issue. I've written about it extensively in various books, spoken about it at various times. But in regard to the Shlach Lecha Anoshim and our history clip, yesterday I interviewed a Talmud, a student of Rabbi Hutner, Tzadik Levrocha, Rosh Yeshiva of Chaim Berlin, Yeshiva Chaim Berlin. Everyone knows that Rabbi Hutner was a great Talmud Chacham, but he was more known as a Bal Machshava, a man of thought, philosophy, ideology. In particular, he emphasized and immersed himself in the writings of the Maharal Prague, and he created his own genre of Torah scholarship within this machshava, within this thought process. In 1970, he was returning from Eretz Yisrael and his plane was hijacked. This is a public fact. It could be looked up on the internet or in old newspapers. It was September of I believe late August or early September, I think September of 1970. And the Rebbe spoke on Shabbos Chayel. The Rebbe had a farbrengen for Chayel, the Baal Shem Tov and the Alter Rebbe's Yortzeit. Yom Haledes, I'm sorry. And the Rebbe said that there's a Yid that's in captivity with other Yidden, made a schus of the Maharal, which he so much kocht sich in them, he's immersed in it, he's passionate about it, protect him and bring geula, redemption, that he and the other Yidden be allowed out from their captives, the hijackers. And so it was within a very short time, I think that week or a week later, he was freed. A month or two after, he came to pay tribute to the Rebbe for thinking of him. It is foolish to say that we know that the Lubavitcher Rebbe saved Rabbi Hutner. We know that the Rebbe cared about another Yid. Does it have a feeling that the Rebbe contributed to his savior? Yes. But just as it's foolish to say that there was no divine intervention on part of tzaddikim and others, so too there was no divine intervention. So too, it's foolish to say that we know exactly why. We don't. But we, as Chassidim, as Lubavitcher Chassidim, feel this way strongly. Fine. Let's not get caught up with semantics. The bottom line is, and the important thing is, that the Rebbe said that the schus of the Maral will protect him. Should protect him and will protect him. Divri tzadikim kayomim la'ad. The words of a tzaddik are everlasting and eternal. Our Rebbe cared for every Yid. To our Rebbe, there's no difference between a Jew with a hat or without a hat, a Jew with a beard or without a beard, a Jew that's a Lubavitcher or a Litvak or a Sfardish, or not religious, not yet religious, or never will be religious. You can never say never. But then the point is, based on what the Alter Rebbe says in chapter 32 in Tanya, we understand that we look at the neshama, the soul. Who knows whose soul is greater? The Yid with the beard and payas learning yeshiva and koilel, or the Yid working who's not yet observant? How do you know? You don't. And that is why the Rebbe, understanding what his great-great-grandfather, the Alter Rebbe, said and teaches to be the credo of Yiddishkeit, of Torah, of Judaism, set forth a path for Klal Yisrael, for all of Israel, to follow, to embrace every single Yid. And this continues and needs to be continued by all, not just by Lubavitcher Chassidim. And that's my message to you today. You want to do something for Gimmel Tammuz? Embrace another Yid. If you don't know how, or you're uncomfortable doing that, and you have funds and money, support a Lubavitcher to do that. A shliach, a shul, a person makes. But mitzvah boy yosem b'shlucha, it's always better to do it yourself than send someone else to do it. Have that mindset. You don't have to be a Lubavitcher to put on tefillin with another Yid who hasn't yet put on tefillin. You don't have to be a Lubavitcher chassid to learn chassidus. You don't have to be a Lubavitcher chassid to go to the Oyel and be maspala the Rebbe's holy kaven. You don't need to be a Lubavitcher to daven in the holy Beis Medrash of 770. And you don't need to be a Lubavitcher to be together with Lubavitcher Chassidim at a Chassidish Farbrengen. The Chassidish Farbrengen is the schmaltz of Lubavitch. It's the smetana of Lubavitch. It's the cream on the cake, the top, the richness of Chabad, of Lubavitch. So, just as the Rebbe reached out for another Yid who happened to be a friend of his, and they learned together for a while, and they corresponded, and they both were born in the early part of the 1900s. They both came from Europe, and they both were Talmidei Chachamim, and they both had an interest in Kabbalah and Chassidus, in addition to Gemara, etc. That's all true, but that's not the reason why the Rebbe spoke about him, about Rabbi Hutner. He spoke about him because a Yid was in a tzara, and he happened to know him, and it was brought to his attention. So by saying a few holy, special words in front of thousands of people at a Shabbos Farbrengen in 1970, it made a difference. Speak well, speak good about another Yid. Be melamed zchus. Even if it's not 100% the way it is today, it'll be that way tomorrow. By you uttering positive words about another Yid, it makes that Yid live up to those positive words, and it brings positivity into his life and everyone else's life. May Hashem help that as we go into the Shlach L'cho Anoshim, and we understand that Eretz Yisrael is the Eretz Tevachol, Vash, Vash, it's a land of milk and honey, and it's only good. And it's sometimes we see and we feel and we hear issues and complaints, and the government dissolves, which happened this week. Gam Zula Teva. I don't know how, but the Gam Zula Teva. The Eibishter is keeping score. Don't play God. Let the Eibishter keep his own scorecard. Seid gesund, seid freilich, und a guten Erev Shabbos, und a guten Shabbos von Vorchim, l'chaim, l'chaim.